Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Unleash Your Destiny with Leontine. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. This is our weekly broadcast, Unleash Your Destiny with Leontine. I'm excited about today's topic. Come on in, ladies. Today, we're going to talk about the fact that it's time for us to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle. From the spirit of struggle. Come on in, ladies. Welcome, welcome. As you come in, introduce yourself. Say where you are watching me from. Come on in. Good evening, and hope you had a great Independence Day, which was yesterday. For those who do not know who I am Leontine Oswagwu. I am the go-to leadership, mindset, and inner healing coach for Christian women who have a great mandate from God, but they need help to break destructive thought patterns, heal from unprocessed emotional wounds so they can overcome fear, inadequacy, insecurity, self-doubt, so they can gain clarity and confidence and step out and be the transformational leaders that God has called them to be. Come on in. Thank you for joining me, everyone. So if you are watching this broadcast from my personal Facebook profile, and if you are a woman of purpose, after this broadcast, head on over to the Leading from Within Mindset and Inner Healing Breakthrough Group and request to join so you can be a part of all of the great things that God is doing and all of the great content that's happening on that group. Also, you can also watch us on YouTube. The link is on this video. If you don't want to be a part of the group, which is perfectly fine, you can also check us on YouTube as well on the Oswagwu Unlimited YouTube channel. Please share this broadcast. It's going to be great. A lot of people struggle with a mindset of struggle, right? A lot of people have embraced a mindset of struggle, which makes life difficult. So if you know anybody like that, share on your profile and go share also from the YouTube page as well, and subscribe to our page. All right. So today I'm excited about today's broadcast because we're going to talk about it's time for us to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle. And this is part one. Next week, I'm going to talk about part two. But today, I wanted to start discussing this topic, and I can't wait to dive in. All right, come on in, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome as you join. Share your name and where you are watching from. All right, so here in the United States was Independence Day yesterday. And I wanted to use today's time to talk about the fact that many of us in our businesses, in our ministries, even in our careers, have bought into this lie that we have to struggle in order to achieve success, right? And that partially comes from our upbringing, and I'm speaking for myself as well. That partially comes from our upbringing where we were told that we have to work hard and that nothing will be given to us on a silver platter and that success does not happen overnight and we have to pay our dues and we have to do all of those things in order to achieve success. And there is a measure of truth to these things, but I do believe that we have misunderstood the essence of what our parents and our guardians were trying to communicate to us. And what I believe they really meant was they really meant to teach us excellence. They really meant to teach us a spirit of excellence, a spirit of consistency, a spirit of resilience, a good work ethic, patience, and contentment. But in their ignorance, and sometimes in their ignorance and in their frustration sometimes of seeing us wanting to just kind of catapult overnight, they used those words to denote the spirit of struggle. They used words that denoted a spirit of struggle, and which did us, a lot of us, a disservice. And that's why many of us grew up expecting to struggle in everything that we do. We grew up, for instance, expecting to struggle at a job and to start a business and have to struggle, and start a ministry and have to struggle, and always expecting to work long hours and for less money and late nights, and never take vacations and never enjoy life for years and for decades, and not to have any clients and to lose money year after year and be okay with that. So our paradigm has adjusted to be okay with failure over and over and over, and struggle over and over and over, just because we have been taught the wrong things, communicated the wrong things, even though they had the right intentions. And after we've struggled enough according to our paradigm, after we've paid our dues enough according to our paradigm, we wake up one day and we decide that it's time to give ourselves permission to succeed. I can even I've experienced that in my own life. But it's a lie from the pit of hell. And it's time. I believe it's time for us to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle, because struggle does not give God glory. Struggle does not empower others. Struggle does not show a sign that our God is powerful and can help us and can prosper us, right? So I like to give some definitions when I teach. And the word struggle means to make a strenuous or a violent effort in the face of difficulties or opposition, right? And it also means to proceed with difficulty or with great effort. For instance, struggling through the grass and struggling to make a living, struggling. That is what struggle means. And struggle is not sexy. Struggle is not sexy. Struggle is not of God. Struggle does not give God glory. For one, I used to believe that struggling, doing a million hard things and giving yourself no breathing room was sexy, right? And that it was a sign of success and accomplishment. And the more I did it, the more overwhelmed I felt, the busier I stayed, the more impressed I was with myself, and the more deserving I felt of success. If you can relate to what I'm teaching, please comment on the comment section and let us know. That is dysfunctional. It is a sign of low self-worth, because I didn't feel deserving of any success until I've worked myself to the bone. And I didn't feel worthy of accomplishing anything until I've overachieved in my mind, until I've reached the point where my paradigm was now accepting and authorizing me now to prosper and to succeed. But as I matured, however, and began to learn more about the nature of our God and about his expectations for us and about his plans for us, which are to prosper us and not to harm us, and to give us a hope and to give us a hope and a future, I realized that as Christians, we are not supposed to struggle. But our mindset is what keeps us in struggling mode. Because our God is a good God who loves us unconditionally, gave us favor and grace to live a fulfilling life, and gives us power to overcome an enemy that tries to kill us, and he leads us through his spirit so we can avoid any pitfalls. That does not sound like a God who wants us to struggle. And the only hardship that we are supposed to have as Christians is persecution for our faith. We shouldn't struggle to achieve success and provide for ourselves. But we have bought into this lie that success only comes through struggle. But struggle, what we have to remember is that struggle negates the power of our God, and struggle invalidates the grace of God. And it makes the power of God of none effect. And many of the people that I serve as part of our mentorship programs and as part of our mindset and inner healing program struggle with the mindset of struggle. They believe that everything has to be a struggle. They believe that emotional healing has to be a struggle. They believe that shifting their paradigm has to be a struggle. They believe that seeking and pursuing purpose has to be a struggle. And when we believe those things, it will be a struggle. When we believe that success is a struggle, it will be. If we believe that learning a new skill is a struggle, will be a struggle, it will be. If we believe that setting goals for our businesses, for our ministries, for our families, for our marriages, for our finances, and sticking to those goals is going to be a struggle, that is how it will be. Because the Bible tells us that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Because it's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So am I saying that everything is going to be a walk in the park? Absolutely not. That is not what I'm teaching. But what I'm saying is that even though things may not be easy, we should never expect to hustle. We should never expect to struggle, because we serve a God who loves us, has already given us grace and favor to get his purpose accomplished in our lives. So I want us to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle for a few reasons. And I'm going to go through these reasons. Number one, I want us to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle because we have a covenant with the God of the universe. And that is the all-powerful God, the all-knowing God, the God who never fails, the promise-fulfilling God, the God who established a covenant with us by sending Jesus to struggle and die on the cross so we wouldn't have to struggle and die on this earth. Right? So the price has already been paid by Jesus for all struggles, for all hustle and all grind. These are the new terms that are out there right now. And I, for one, refuse to struggle. I refuse to hustle and grind for anything, because Jesus already struggled for me. So I refuse to struggle. I refuse to struggle in business. I refuse to struggle in ministry or anything else. Does it mean that we have to be lazy and do the bare minimum? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What it means is that we are to be good steward of what God gives us. We are to use wisdom that he gives us. We are to acquire the right skills. We are to work with integrity. We have to rely on him for help, and we have to expect him to help us. And I want us to claim, that's why I want us to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle. So that's number one. We have a covenant with the God of the universe. And number two, we have the power that raised Jesus Christ from the dead living on the inside of us. And that power transcends any hardships, any struggle. That power allows us to overcome every challenge and conquer and overtake any circumstance. So we have to rely on that power in everything that we do, because it's not by power, nor by our might, but by the Spirit of the Lord, says the Lord. So when we have a mindset of struggle, we are relying on our own power and our own might, not God's power and his might. So I want us to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle, because we have the power that raised Jesus Christ from the dead residing in us. And number three, I want us to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle because we have the mind of Christ and the wisdom of God at our disposal all day, every day. So the mind of Christ knows everything. The mind of Christ is infallible. The mind of Christ doesn't struggle to do anything. The mind of Christ is not confused. The mind of Christ is not in fear. The mind of Christ is not in shame. The mind of Christ is not in perfectionism. The mind of Christ is not incompetent. So if we find ourselves struggling, it is not because God wants us to struggle. It is because our mind is not in alignment with the mind of Christ. So that we have to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle, because we have the mind of Christ and the wisdom of God at our disposal all day, every day. All right. So I'm going to recap. So number one, we have to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle because we have a covenant with the God of the universe. We have to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle because we have the power that raised Jesus Christ from the dead residing on the inside of us. We have to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle because we have the mind of Christ and the wisdom of God is at our disposal all day, every day. And we have to claim our independence from the spirit of God because God is a good God who loves us unconditionally, gave us his favor and grace so we can live a fulfilling life, gives us power to overcome the enemy, and leads us through his spirit so we can avoid pitfalls. It doesn't mean that everything is going to come easy. It doesn't mean that we have to be lazy and do the bare minimum to get by. It means that we have to strive for excellence, consistency, resilience, a good work ethic, patience, and contentment. Believe God for his grace and favor. Rely on the power of his spirit to lead us and make us a success. Struggle does not accomplish those things. Struggle does not glorify God. It negates his power and it invalidates his grace. All right, so that is why we need to claim our independence from the spirit of struggle. All right, so if you want to learn more about what we can do, how we can help you break through these mindset blockages, how we can help you heal from the inside out, from emotional unprocessed wounds, how we can help you transform from the inside out so you can step out and be the transformational leader that God has called you to be. Check us out on our website, www.leadingfromwithin.cc, and book a call with us, and we'll be happy to talk with you. Okay? So this is all. Thank you so much for those who joined us. If you're watching this on replay, put hashtag replay on the comment section. Remember to share this broadcast. Go on our YouTube page and like and subscribe to our page, and follow us. Follow us on Facebook, and go and join the Leading from Within Mindset and Inner Healing Breakthrough Facebook page if you are a woman of purpose and you want to know more about what we do. All right, and benefit from the great content that's out there. So this is it for today, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an amazing day and have an amazing week. And we'll see you next Monday for the follow-up for part 2 of claiming your independence from the spirit of struggle. All right. Have an amazing evening. God bless you.